Hey man, what's going on, family? How you doing? This is Nathaniel Capello from Blessed Ground Podcast. Man, I appreciate you guys for coming in and following up with us, man, and staying in tune with us, and you know what I mean, and just joining the movement. Seeing what we all about. So here we go, man, and as you come in, like, comment, share with a friend, This next guest, man, he's a real cool brother. He's family. He's my cousin. You know what I mean? He's from Buck Lake. So I'm excited to hear about his journey and see what he's gonna do. You feel me? So we're gonna dial in, lock in. All right. Welcome to the movement. Welcome to the mindset. Welcome to the mission. What's up, family? You are now tuned into the Blessed Ground Podcast, where purpose meets passion and hustles meets healing. I'm your host, and tonight it's more than just a podcast. It's a lifestyle. We don't just talk success. We talk struggle, setbacks, and comebacks. This is for the dreamers, the doers, the underdogs, and the believers. So grab your seat, turn the volume up, and lock in because tonight we grind different. We grind breath. We grind blessed. Prior to his radio recognition in 2004, Donnell Davis performed in American Idol. He actually won the Tallahassee region. In 2013, he performed with Fantasia Barrano on Labor Day weekend jam at the Taylor Creek Amphitheater. He has a hit song right now called Ooh Wee. I think it's like between 30,000 and 60,000 views away from 1 million. So family, please, y'all tapping in, lock in with them, help them get there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Donnell Davis.
What's up with you, fam? How y'all doing tonight? I am the Donnell Davis, reigning from Tallahassee, Florida, and it's a blessing to be on the Blessed to Grind podcast. Fam, you doing all right tonight?
Man, I'm doing wonderful, bro. Man, it was like just biting teeth trying to get you coming in, man. I know you got a busy schedule, so I appreciate you, man. And hopefully, some of your fans and some of the people that actually follow you are tuning in tonight. You know what I mean? Because this is definitely going to be one dope hour of Bless the Ground podcast. Real quick before we get started, y'all, man, look at the bottom. It's scrolling on your screen. Be sure to follow Donnell Davis on Facebook. Stay tuned in to his latest music, moves, and moments. His Facebook is Donnell Davis. Hey man,
Yeah.
so tell me about this Ooh Wee song, man. Like where did that originate from? Where did that come from? It seemed like you're moving up on the charts, on the Southern Soul R&B charts. Man, give me a little spill about that.
Dude, the best thing that I can tell you is for so long, I did just gospel music, and I had to set in my mind that I wouldn't, ever cross over to the secular world. But I was like, so many times, I look at church and I see church members outside of that get together as family to do family reunions and stuff like that. So I say, hey, why not come up with a song that, the women can get out there and have a good time too? You can enjoy family, because really music is the soul of a person. And so I thought about, the whining and the grinding, and that's something that, that came with nature when it comes to the African American woman. So why not just, make it a jam and look at what God is doing? I told him, you give me words, I'm gonna write them, and look at where we at.
Yeah, man, you doing like wonders, bro. You know what I mean? You doing some numbers. You know what I mean? I saw that on YouTube, and it's definitely a hit. It's something that somebody, you know what I mean, which really everybody can join. You know what I mean? I think y'all got a little line dance going on with it. You know what I mean? You had your cousin Trey out there doing his thing. You know what I mean? So it was a movement. It was a movement, man. But nevertheless, bro, I'm definitely what'd you say?
No, what I was saying was that's really what I wanted to be about, because, so much is happening in life today. And, we don't get a chance every day to say hello tomorrow. So when we're together, why not embrace having a good time with good music, family and friends? And that's what I enjoy more than anything.
Yeah. And then you heading to California, so you looking forward to that?
Am I? Hey, it's an opportunity to show Christ to the world, because hey, it's just an open door that God have actually gave me the opportunity. But more than anything, I want them to see the God in me just through the music, because I know it's a gift that God gave me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So where did your love for music first begin?
To be honest with you, I would have never known, but I had a strict mother growing up who didn't play the radio. And I start by saying that, yes, you know, I am from Buckley, but, you know, as a young woman, my mom kind of, you know, we lived in the projects, you know, one side of town, 4th Avenue, and we migrated to Holton Street, you know, we migrated back in the country, you know, my teenage years. So I'm well-rounded, and to actually like see what God is doing with even that, because the base was church. So my mom made me go to church. We didn't have a choice. And at a certain age, you know, we couldn't just, she held us to a greater standard. We couldn't just sit in the pews. We had to do something. I got in the choir, and it kind of went from there once I got in the choir, because at the age of 16, I had an experience with the true and living God that changed my life. And he told me, I had a minister, you know, told me that my life would never be the same. And when he first, you know, called me out, that was back when they was doing the, you know, the prophesying. And I had never experienced that because I'm from a Baptist church. And so when he did it, I'm still like, who the man talking to? But he began to tell me some things that I knew only God knew. And he told me that I was different from my brothers, and that I could go to do certain things in life, but I would get so far before God would pull me back. And he was like, so I tell you now, your life will never be the same. He had me walk to the door 3 times. And when I came back the 3rd time, he said, I just want you to jump up 3 times and say Jesus every time. And after that 3rd one, I don't think I know what happened to me. Something happened to me.
Yeah. That was that Holy Ghost. The old folks like to say that was that Holy Ghost. It took over. Yeah. Shirley Caesar's got a song. Yeah, Shirley got a song out, and in the middle of a song, it say, you know what I mean. After a while, she gonna start playing with Jesus. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's what
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was the Holy Ghost, bro. But so tell me some of your biggest influences growing up just in Tallahassee.
In Tallahassee, I feel like I would be wrong if I didn't mention the almighty Joe Bullard. You know what I mean? That is like one of the great. And I would have to say that my manager Mike, who married into my family when I was much younger, he was into music, and he saw enough in me, you know, to invest in me before I got with some other greats like, you know, Darius Doc D. Baker. But I really like my local talent and what I see happening. And Anthony Williams has always been like a great, but you know, being in the Black church, you get to hear great artists every Sunday. So, you know, I just like good music. I just realized now my passion for it has grown even the more.
That's what's up, man. That what's up. Yeah. And shout out to Joe Bullard, man. I hope he, you know what I mean, doing well, and you know, he's still doing his thing. You know, I know he pretty much paved the way for a lot of folks too, you know, just being in the radio business, man. So shout out to Joe. What was the turning point when you knew music was more than just a hobby?
I knew music was more than just a hobby when God allowed me to realize that not only was it a gift that he had given me, but it was an escape. And so I found myself hiding in music, because, you know, music has the power to take you and it actually helps you enhance your memory. I don't know if, you know, people really realize that, but you can hear a song, you know, even in an older age, and that very song can take you back to a certain place at a certain time, and you can relive every emotion that you felt even back then. So you realize how manipulative music is and how its influence
that's a good word.
Controls our emotions, because we can be in a great place and hear the right song and get instantly sad. Not that we're physically sad in the moment, the song took us back to an unhappy place. And so you have to, you know, you choose what you want to hear, but you also feed what you need to feed within you through music. And that's what made me realize the love of it that more. And it's why I've set a standard on what I will sing now.
Oh, wow. That's good. That's good, man. That's it's like therapy. You know, people say, you know, music is like therapy. You know what I mean? It helps you get from your highs, your lows. You know what I mean? People they listen to it, working out. So, just doing that itself, you know what I mean? It'll make a person feel better. You know what I mean? It'll make a person forget about everything some of the time,
I'm telling you.
So yeah, man. How would you describe your sound to someone hearing it for the first time?
I would best describe it as the very last CD that I did, The Soul of the Man. Because when I sing, I don't want people to just hear somebody who feels that they're, fluent in singing. I want them to hear somebody that's telling their story, because we all have a story, and it's an opportunity to reach someone, even if you don't reach everybody. Music actually helps people understand certain aspects of their life, be it gospel, rock and roll, be it soul, be it R&B. It can help manipulate moments. It can help us feel better about ourselves. It can be uplifting. Of course, again, like I said, depressing. So it's really the choice and how you move in it.
Yeah. That's good. That's good, bro. So just coming out of Tallahassee, man, you have some big artists. You got T-Pain. You got DJ Trucker down there. He's a DJ. He's doing his thing.
The game right now.
He killing the game right now, man.
He killing it.
And I don't really know too many more artists that's coming up in pretty much getting the recognition that you're getting, man. So tell me how does that feel?
All I can say is, to God be the glory. I have always been comfortable in the background, and I'm just in a season of life where God. I had a friend told me a long time ago she was going to write this book. As a matter of fact, her, Miss Cassie. Miss Cassie from Community.
I know Pastor Cassie.
Yeah, Pastor Cassie, and she told me about this book. I promise you, 30 years ago, and I want to write her book because the title of the book is called "His Hand Was in My Bag," and it spoke volumes to me because, like I said, I got very comfortable in the background because though I know I'm highly gifted, a lot of times that's not always recognized as being good. But in so many aspects, God say, okay, my hand is in your back. So whereas you want to be in the background, I'm pushing you forward
to the front. Yeah.
So it's not possible for you to just do that. If I trusted you with the gifts, now it's time for you to move forward in them. Yeah. And I'm just at a point now, the fear is gone. So Lord, if you send me, if you open up the door, if you create room, these are all things that your word promised me that would be taken care of for me if I handle your business first. And that's my number one everything. My day starts with Jesus. It ends with Jesus. I talk to him throughout the day. You know what I mean? So it's not just something I wait on Sunday to have a relationship. I have a true relationship because God ain't too happy about us having affairs with him. You know what I'm saying? He really,
You got to be hot for him. You can't be cold for him.
Yeah, you got to. What I mean? You got to, man.
We still human. You know what I mean? We're not perfect. Everybody has seen. We all fall short. You know what I mean? And fall short of the glory of God. That's Romans 3 verse 23 right there, man. You can't cast one stone, and leave the other one unturned. You got to be careful. Be careful who you judge. Be careful who you talk about. Because you don't never know what somebody else got going on. You know what I mean?
And the better point in that is the biggest war is always going to be with self. So, I mean, a lot of times I think people do find those places of cop out because it's easier for you to see someone else's issues and say how they can be corrected, because a lot of times we don't want to really deal with the war that goes on within us. And so this is the season of life that I'm in right now. My war is with myself. I won't give blame to other people for things I know I could change, that I could do better, or I can be better at. And so in that, I'm learning that all of this is wisdom that catapults me into a greater space with God, because the less time you have to really worry about what everybody else got going on, that's more time you get to invest in you. And the Bible teaches us that we are the temple.
But that sounds like peace, Dale. That sounds like peace.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, hey, I got it.
Yeah. I hear you, bro.
Yes,
I hear you, bro. Yeah. So, tell me on, man. Like early on in your music career, we all face a little setback. We all get a little down. Think it's not gonna happen for us because it's not happening quick enough for us. What challenges did you face early on in your music journey?
The greatest challenge that I think I faced since I've started the music journey is being consistent in how much I put into it, because I can't leave out the fact that I'm a business owner and
Mm.
I raised, between myself and my ex-wife, 7 children. So
Oh wow, that's a lot,
when
man. That's a
you
big family.
yeah, when you raising 5 sons and 2 girls, and even now with 2 grandsons added to that, it takes a lot to maintain balance. And if you really know about the music industry, in the beginning, the investment is on you, and
Mm.
so in that, I just thank God that He granted me the opportunity to afford to invest in myself. But I thank
Yeah.
God that the drive that I have, it comes with setting the standard for my children also, because I got 5 sons and I want them to be their own business owners. I want them to know that they can do the exceeding and abundantly that God promised. And I figure I should be the first role model, even
Yeah.
if they choose to have other role models. And so that's
Yeah.
why I do it, for them to see faith in action on a day-to-day basis, because
Yeah.
they've been
Yeah.
riding the wave the whole time.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So, real quick, Darnell, I want to cut you off, man. I want to go ahead and tap back into your audience. I want to make sure that they're listening to you, that they're following you, that they're watching you. Guys, if you just joining us, please be sure to follow Darnell Davis on Facebook. Stay tapped in with his latest music, his moves, and his moments. He's heading to California, man, to perform his hit single, Ooh Wee. I'm definitely looking forward to hear about that, in the near future, man. And I definitely hope that goes well for him. But yeah, back to you, D man. I just wanted to pretty much tap in with your audience. You got any shout outs you want to go ahead and shout out some of your people that's joining right now, man, that may be joining?
Well, I definitely want to say thank you to everyone that supports me. I don't want to, individually go down the line, because you end up missing some people, But I will have to say I want to thank my manager, who hustles like super duper hard for me. A lot of times I'm lost at work, in the shop, and I don't get a chance to really get out there and hustle it as well as I could. But I got
Yeah.
a manager that really likes handle his business, to Mr. Michael Miller, man. I salute you. We started out long time ago, and some things
That's
happened that
what's
we
up.
went
That's
out
what's up.
separate ways. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean? But
yeah.
God waited for His appointed time. And
Hmm.
ever since that appointed time, we've been running, hitting the flow. God have opened up so many opportunities for us to go, being on the Ricky Smiley show, traveling to different states now,
Okay.
opening up for
Okay.
great names. I'm just watching God do just what He said He was going to do. And
Yeah.
I shout out everybody that supports me. And I thank God more than anything for a mother that has always been after God's heart. It makes it easy for me to fall in line with it. So
Mhm.
seeing God's favor through faith is just me watching the very thing I watched my mother experience. And the best gift she ever gave me was a relationship with God, man. I'm forever and
Yeah.
eternally grateful
Yeah.
for my
And
mom.
the fruit, and definitely the fruit showing. You know what I mean? The
Oh,
action
yeah.
showing. Yeah. Everybody ain't gonna like it, man. A wise man once told me, new elevation come with new devils. You know what I mean? So you just, brother, you stay focused, you stay locked in. I'm here for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Good to see you glowing up, man. And then you my family. You know what I mean? So just
that's
seeing
the case.
family, other folks doing well. You know what I mean? Within their purpose, man. Within they calling, man. For me, that's dope. So I salute you, brother, for even coming on. You know what I mean?
And being on the other side of that, when you first called me, you was like, "Hey, this Tony and Captain son." I'm like, "Man,
Yeah.
quit playing." So for the opportunity to open up like it did, all I saw was Buck Lake, and to me, I feel like, whereas it may be small to someone else, but to our generation to come after us to see this, to even know that even in the future we both can be greater. it actually gives them fuel, you know, to really want to do more, to be more, and to see that it can happen for us, bro. It's like everything right now.
Right. I want to shout out. I want to give a couple shout outs, man. I want to go ahead and shout out to Kimberly Jackson. Kimberly Jackson, I see you watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. Another person. I got Michael Miller. Appreciate you, brother, for locking in. You know what I mean? I think you called him out, Donnell Davis. That's your people right there, man. He's actually on here, man. You know, so he's paying attention. You know, I got Amaya Nunn. You know, she's on here, man. Thank you for sure, Amaya, man. I want to go ahead and shout you out, give you some love. You know, it means the world to the Blessed Ground family, to myself and Donnell Davis. So yeah, we're definitely gonna get back to the questions, man. What's the biggest lesson you learned so far in the music industry?
Oh, the biggest lesson that I've learned that I don't want anyone to take for shade, but this is like big facts. I'll say in my experience, because I can only base it from one lane. It seems when it's more of a dream, the fan club is over the top amazing, versus the more it becomes a reality, they kind of fade out with the crowd sound. And of course, you know, it's up to you to take it a certain way. And that's why I tell anybody, if you're going to do it or indulge in it, you got to be sure of who you are, because some of those things are things that discourage people into like really quitting and giving up. And it's just truth in, you know, how it moves in the music. I've learned to accept it and know that my gifts, these doors open, they don't come from people, they come from God. So therefore, my focus will always be, even if they all fall off, God, if I'm moving forward with you, I'm winning. So it feels real good.
I hear you. Yeah. Okay. So how important it is for your faith and mindset within this journey? And I know you pretty much been talking about faith, you know, this whole time. But just staying aligned, you know what I mean, from, you know, being on the road, you know, the temptation, and just, you know, sometimes, you know, self-doubt, because we can still trust God and still have self-doubt, brother, you know. So tell me a little bit about that journey.
Oh, I would have to say that I start off by saying we all deal with insecurities in life, and we know that life is out here lifing right now. I thank God for me having a spiritual background in really obeying really the laws of God. Of course, if we are real men of God, real men of Christ, certain things I feel like we do less of because we really don't want to hurt God. So that's kind of like how I maneuver and I move. And being that you know, I actually have been married and divorced twice. I think a lot of times with men, you know, we move a little different because of hurt spaces. And of course, we all don't like dealing with hurt. So the next thing to do is to find a quick something to pull you away from that. You know what I mean? Like a pick me up. But then when you realize that it's all matters of the heart, which is a book that I'm working on right now, you realize that when your heart really means what it means to you, it's certain things you just don't feel comfortable with, or you just don't just jump right in because your choices kind of pivot your movement. And so in that, at 30, I can see myself all over the place, but at 49, man, I want to give these people a good show. Lord, I want you to be pleased with the show. And I want to get back home, you know what I mean, to my norm. But I love the people. I like, you know, them enjoying the show. I like good music, and I like seeing other great artists because, you know, God has given more than just me to do the thing. But I have to say, I thank him that my spiritual grounding and roots is the base of me really living under his law and commandment. So that's what brings me back and pulls me into a balance, because in this space, I have better control of my emotions. And life's so crazy right now. a roller coaster ride ain't what I'm trying to be on in life, because everything else, no, I'm all right. I'm good.
Yeah. And life, life gonna keep life, man. But you doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You pushing through it. And you just gotta keep working. That's it.
Yeah.
Every day, new mindset, new goals, new mindset, new goals. You know what I mean? So,
That's
I
it.
applaud you for even, just doing that, man, and just staying faithful to him and just staying grounded. Um, Tell me, how did this opportunity to California go about? How did you get that in the works?
Well, I actually, I will say, the Lord led me to enter one of my songs that I had actually put out a while ago into the Urban Influencer. And I thank God, shout out to Urban Influencers, Southern Soul Charts. We moved up to number 14, man. We started as number 30 on the charts.
Okay.
Now we're number 14. Yeah, so we excited about that, man. God is still doing what he said he'll do, and that's in the run of 3 weeks. So, we thank God for that. But being able to, like, we know everything works according to numbers now. And so, we having those numbers now, we're like you said, about 40,000 away from 1 million views. It have granted the opportunity because it's a song that's playing, people want to hear it. People like getting together, having a good time. And it's actually for a family reunion, but it's going to be a trail ride. And so I've actually been on one trail ride, but I did a lot of shows with, Southern Soul artists. I've opened up for Tucker. I've opened up for King George. I've opened up for DJ Trucker. And so in that, opportunities have happened. And Mike Clark Jr. It's just West Love. It has, created a door to open. And I thank God that I got a great manager that grind. And hey, he got us that ticket, and we ready to go to California so we can see other aspects of the world, man.
Yeah. So when you get out there, man, what's like some of the things that you look forward to, or what's most important that you look forward to?
To be honest, the content, because my heart bleeds Tallahassee because my children are here. And the soul of the band is really his offspring. And I tell you, this is where my heart will be as long as my kids are here. But I would love the experience to go out and say I've actually did it. I've seen it, kind of bucket list kind of things, the fame, the fortune, it would be a blessing to be financially set, but more so them being able to see my kids, to see that you can do what you really like doing, living your dream and being paid for it. That's more important than anything to me, for my kids to see it.
Yeah. So with that being said, when you perform, do you feel any pressure when you step out there to California, man? Like, being that it's being presented to you as a bigger stage when you get out there?
Well, as many say when they come in the salon on a day-to-day basis, they say, I know how to be stupid and make people laugh. And, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna just go out there and be myself. Hey, once I cover myself in the blood of Jesus, and the first, note belch out, it's me and God. So that insecurity has to take a back seat.
I feel you. So tell me something that people are surprised to know or learn about you.
Would be surprised to learn about me that, okay, only the people that know me very, very well, they know that if I had a choice of singing and dancing, the singing would take the back seat, hands down.
For sure.
I'm talking about hands down. See, I told God.
Listen, you sang your ass off, man. And I don't even curse, man. Not on the Blessed Ground show. You sang your ass off, brother.
Thank you.
So for you to say that, man, so you like dancing more than you like singing.
I do. As many would say, like David danced up out of his clothes. For me, I can see that because I've literally been in my house just in awe of God and literally almost danced my clothes off. But I won't tell you no lie. That fleshly side back in the day, bro, I wanted to be a stripper. I was gonna take it all off. But God said, look, he told me up with this stomach and it just, listen, this stomach said never. Never.
I hear you.
He say, I'm here, I ain't going nowhere, so sit your ass down, and I ain't cussing you.
Yeah, right. No, you fine, man. I want you to, be yourself, man. Be you. You know what I mean? Let it out. So what does blessed to grind mean to you?
Blessed to grind means to me that not only is there more work to do, but when you've been chosen for a thing, we know without doubt it comes with a grind. I even say this to the dope boy, hey, I don't recommend it. I think it's the worst job ever because you do so much to other people. But I've seen people do it for instances of providing for their family, it being a way out because that they weren't educated and different things like that. And of course, I do not condone this, but we are blessed to grind because we are the first example of showing Christ to the world. And so in that, the Bible teaches us that a man that does not work, he does not eat. And it's even worse when you have offspring because you are an example and you are to leave your kids an inheritance. We have to work the word with every aspect of life. And if you really read the Bible, you'll see that it works for everyone. And I know, for many people, and you're talking about, I've been in the church my whole life since that, age of 16 experience. So many people say, well, the Bible can be contradictive, but God have shown me, no, it's really not. What happens is he ministers to each and every one of us because we all are in different phases and stages of faith. So we have to apply God's word to our life and our situations, with our present being and present times, because the very thing that may pull you in may not, pull the next person in. But just know there are ways of words in that Bible that can reach the lostest person. And so I just really like applying that to my life on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah. Okay. That's what's up. You said a lot now. But you're right though. Being blessed to grind, man. You gotta realize that you have the privilege. You also are blessed to wake up every morning to do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody can't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody can't get up, you know what I mean, and wake up and go to work or wake up and, be a singer, a chef, you know what I mean? Whatever it is, man, so, that's what blessed to grind mean to me. And that's why, I started blessed to grind. God gave me that dream.
Well, congratulations, bro, on that, man. You're doing big things, dude. I see, interviewing superstars. You know what I mean? So you up to something great, man.
For sure. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. I'm only getting better. It's only up from here. I thank God. I thank God because what he's doing now, I could have never imagined, Darnell.
That's what's up.
So everything just started with a dream. You know what I mean? And I do pretty much everything by myself from my clothing brand to my podcast, man. And it's just God's just taking me to new levels, bro. So
that's a big flex right there, bro. That's a big flex. You hear me? Hey, that's what's up.
Yeah. I ain't gonna hold you too long. Just a couple more questions. Then we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. Yeah. So where do you see yourself now in 5 years in your brand?
I have been a licensed hairdresser, for almost 25 years now. I've been doing that, and being that I'm on my feet all day long, I'm trying to transition in more so into the music because it frees me to, really not have to be on my feet. And it gives me an opportunity to really tap into my writing skills. So I would say in the next 5 years, I want to have a #1 hit. No, I'm speaking it. I'm claiming it. I will have a #1 hit.
you
Yeah,
gonna
I
have
will
it.
have a best selling book because I'm also an author. Also, I like writing. I want to
Okay.
tap into writing for other people because I actually have wrote for a couple of other guys, locally, and one of which has got over like 50,000 streams. Shout out to my homeboy KD Dawson. I wrote
Okay.
for another friend of mine, Mr. Steve Walden. I feel like God is
Yeah, I
just,
heard Steve Walden.
broadening
Yeah,
the
yeah,
horizon. Oh yeah, man. Hey, God is up to some great, and I'm just
he up to
excited to
something,
see.
bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it unfold. Yeah, 5 years. I see myself being a homeowner.
yeah,
Sitting in that
yeah.
5,000 square foot mansion. Rocking my great grands, having me a good time. Hey, I believe God can do exceeding and abundantly above all
Yeah.
I can ever ask to think. So I never put a cap on what He can do. I just see
Mm,
Him blowing my mind within the next
mm,
5 years. Though that's where it's at.
mm. That's
That's where
good.
it's at.
That's good.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
don't, I don't, I don't, I don't believe in putting a cap on what God does. He's gonna blow my mind. I like that. I like that. I
Yeah,
like that. I'm gonna have to
yeah.
steal that, man, and go ahead and post that tomorrow. You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
go.
On Facebook, man. That's good. That's good, brother. That's good. Hey, real quick, family, man. If you just joining, I'm Nathaniel Capella. I am your host. This is the Blessed Ground Podcast. If you want to learn more about Blessed Ground, be sure to visit our website at www.blessedgrind.com. The link is at the bottom. Let's connect. You can also follow me on Instagram at Nathaniel Capello, Nathaniel_Capello. All right, so I do appreciate you guys. Darnell Davis, man, listen, it's been a pleasure, man, just talking to your family. I
Done.
haven't seen you in a minute, but I definitely, if you ever have a show in Atlanta, if you ever have a show in Tallahassee, I'm in town, please send me the tickets, hit me up, say Nate, I got something for you. You know what I mean? And I'm definitely gonna support you, and I'm definitely gonna come your way. Man, real quick, do you
Well,
have
I
any
want to say something right quick. Since you said that, I have a date in Atlanta that I'll be coming up later this month. I'll tell you, within the next 3 weeks,
okay,
I'm
okay.
actually going to record for the first time in the new studio in Atlanta with some connects that I made. And I'm just looking for God to do the exceeding and abundantly, So I'll
Yeah.
be in your chest August the 23rd and 24th,
23rd, 23rd. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
I'll
so
make
we're
sure I'm
gonna have to
available,
link.
man.
We're gonna have to link.
Because we got to. We got to, man. We dinner, lunch, something, whatever it is. I know you got a busy weekend when you come up that weekend, man. But I
We're
definitely
gonna,
want
we
to,
we gonna make it
chop
happen.
it up with you. And
Yes,
we're
sir.
gonna definitely gonna make it link.
Yes, sir.
To my Blessed Grind family, man, thank you for joining me for another episode. Like I said again, it's just been a blessing for me. And pretty much, my family, man, we just we can't describe the words that God is doing. And then especially the traveling that we're doing and promoting what Blessed Grind is and what it stands for, throughout the world, man. So we definitely appreciate you guys. Again, be sure to visit our website at www.blessedgrind.com. Let's connect. Follow me on Instagram at Nathaniel_Capello. And I cannot forget about my main man, my cuz, my family off Buck Lake, Darnell Davis. I
For
can't forget
sure,
about him
man.
either, man. Please, the link is at the bottom. Be sure to follow Darnell
Yes, sir.
Davis on Facebook. Stay tuned in, tap in with him for his latest music, moves, and moments. Like I say, man, I'm not gonna hold you guys too long. I'm getting ready to get up out of here. You guys stay blessed, man. I definitely want to send my condolences out to the police officer that lost his life up in New York City.
Yeah, man.
So that was real heartbreaking, man. And and then also too, Deion Sanders. He had bladder cancer for a while for the last 3 months. They just removed that. So, I want to give a shout out to Deion Sanders, man, and let him know that, we keep him in his prayers, man, and hope for a great season. I'm hoping for a championship, to be
In the
to be
name of
honest.
Jesus.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
touch and
yeah,
agree with you, bro. I touch and agree. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And if there's any man that's on, uh, please go get checked, man. If you're feeling
Yeah.
something that is not right with your body, please go get checked. Don't wait on it. I know we can be stubborn, but take care of yourself so you can be here longer with your family. All
That's
right.
right.
As we wrap up today's episode, remember, being blessed isn't just about what you have, it's about what you do with it. You were made with purpose, and that grind is not in vain. Here at Blessed Grind, we believe faith and hustle go hand in hand. Whether you're chasing dreams, building something from scratch, or just trying to make it through the day, keep showing up, keep trusting God, and keep grinding. If today's episode inspired you, share it with someone who needs the reminder. Be sure to follow, leave a review, and connect with us on Instagram at Blessed to Grind, where faith fuels the motivation. I'm your host. I'm Nathaniel Capello. I will see y'all August 12th. I got your boy Arthur Young. He's coming in the building August 12th. Mr. Funky 40. He will be in the building. I got your boy Darnell Davis. Darnell, do you want to say anything? Any shout outs, any of your people, any last little moments?
Well, of course, again, I want to shout out every supporter that supports me, man. God have gave me a great fan base of family and friends around, and the name is traveling abroad. But I also want to take this opportunity to thank you, bro, because knowing and seeing you hustle like you hustling, man, seeing how God is opening up doors for you, I want to encourage you to go even harder, to do even more, because I see you being on a much larger platform. So congratulations again, bro, and keep going, and thank you for the opportunity.
Man, no problem, no problem. And when you come to Atlanta, August 23rd, you thought I forgot. You thought I forgot. But I definitely want to link with you, man. I would definitely love to take you to dinner, lunch, whatever the case be. It's on me. You know what I mean? And I want to connect with you, cuz I love your family. You be safe, be blessed. Bless the grind. We signing off. Peace.
That's what's up. Yeah.